Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue and I am back for another T.I. and Tiny Friends and Family Hustle. Alright y'all, so let's go ahead and get into it. The episode started off with Red and Tommy working out in the gym. You know, getting a serious workout on, okay? Throwing balls, run. Tommy got a big ass head. Y'all know, all of those things. Of course, Red talks to him about therapy and how he needs to go back and he needs to help himself and help his relationship by admitting when he was wrong and trying to fix the situation before he loses his wife, okay? Because the last thing you want is for her to shut down and move on emotionally, because then you can't get back to her, okay? And that happens. He needs to be happy that LaToya is still in a place where she is trying to fix their relationship, because he has been extremely difficult. I don't know what it's been like for them behind the scenes, but it's been extremely hard to watch the way he talks to her. Like, it's stuff that I just get upset about. Like, if Lyric talked to me like that, I'd have hit him upside the fucking head, camera or no camera. But anyway, they go to therapy, right? And they talk about the last time they were there and how when they left, things went downhill and Tommy ended up going to the airport. And he said some very mean things to LaToya in the meantime. You know, you're just talking out the side of your head and you're talking out your ass, just trying to make shit sound good and all of that. Like anything, he was basically like invalidating her feelings about what's going on between them. That shit is exhausting. To feel a way, express it to you in the most sincere, non-malicious way possible. Okay, you're doing something to me, you're hurting me, and it's my responsibility to communicate that to you in a way that you will understand, right? So I do all that as your wife, and then you respond to me with, I'm talking out of my ass and I'm saying shit just so it will sound good. That's what he said to her. And so now they're sitting in front of each other and she has to express to him how she feels like she has been left destitute and she don't know why. And she's crying and she's upset, and the doctor is like, is that what you want for her? And Tommy's like, no, absolutely not. That's not what I want for her. And it's just like, Tommy, you so up and down. I don't know if I can trust you this episode, because he was definitely doing better this episode, but we have seen him talk about going to therapy and he says the right shit, and then the next episode he's talking to LaToya like she a hoe on the street. So I can't with them. But I hope everything is okay. Okay, I hope they've worked it out, and I hope he truly works on himself, because no woman deserves to be in a relationship with a man that is emotionally abusing her. And I know that people don't like to say that, they don't like to hear that, but when someone can't even express to you how they feel without all of that, that's emotional abuse. He talks about how they're team walker and he doesn't want to fight his teammate anymore. And I like the way the therapist was like, you talk about this team, you need to remember that the next time you feel defensive of something that your wife is expressing to you that you've done to her. Because a lot of this is him not wanting to take responsibility for how he treats her. So they have to stand up and hug each other for a minute. And it's supposed to be them holding each other. But what does Tommy do? Tommy grabs LaToya's ass. And I was just like, why, Jesus? And I know it was supposed to be funny and that's great and everything, because nobody loves a ass grab and a hug more than me. But something about it just seemed like it was another moment where he wasn't taking the shit seriously. So yeah, then we see T.I. T.I. is really getting into his activism and how he wants to bring Cyntoia Brown onto expeditiously to talk to her about her experience with sex trafficking and how, you know, he really wants to get into it. He did a video with Tiana Taylor where they were both vigilantes who busted a sex trafficking ring. So he's very serious about this and expressing how they need to protect their daughters. And let me explain something to you, T.I. Even though I appreciate you for this, I want you to recognize that misogynistic attitudes lend to sex trafficking and lend to the idea that women should be sold and are sexual objects. The fact that you feel like there's a difference between your daughters and other women who you can fucking toss because they show up in the world a certain way to you, they're still somebody's daughter. They're still somebody who some man has taken advantage of. So while you want to get on your soapbox you know, and advocate for sex trafficking and helping women who have been through that, I need for you to recognize how your own ideals and outlooks on women and family in general, based off the shit you have said, is problematic to that cause. And now that I've said that, we can go on. Tiny and King go to a meet and greet in Chattanooga, Tennessee, so that they can figure out if they can fill 250 plus, what is it, 300 seats, okay? And Tiny is trying to help King win because it is her lot in life to disable him and make him as codependent as possible, it seems. Okay, like goddamn. You know what I'm saying, y'all? And I don't understand how they thought that T.I. wasn't going to find out about it when it was going to be on social media. That's how you know that Tiny needs to be advocating for her son to be in somebody's damn school. Okay? Because 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2 over there if you thought posting that shit on social media was a good idea. Child. So Tiny and King did an interview, a radio interview, and he says that it's his parents' time. His parents' time is over, and now it's his time. It's the new generation's time. And let me explain something to you, King. If you ever hear this, somebody send it to him if they know him. Let me tell you something, King. The only way that your parents can be dethroned is if you can do better than them. If you can't do better than them, then you can't tell them that their time is over. Because you cannot outsell either one of them. You can't outsell them when it comes to arenas and shows. And you damn sure can't outsell your daddy when it comes to rap albums. So until you can do that, you can't get on the radio and run your mouth about how your parents' time is over and now it's your time. No, it's your time to learn. It's your time to hone a craft, okay? To get an education, to understand the world, so that when you do get into the music industry, you aren't getting messed over. And I think he thinks because his parents are who they are, that that's an impossibility, but it is not. It is not. You will still be a grown man responsible for your own decisions at some point, and it will behoove you to take advantage of the education and the life that your parents have afforded you. I swear to God, I can't stand y'all kids that have every choice in the fucking world, but y'all gonna be lackluster artists because that's what y'all think y'all should do. Instead of trying to own a business, okay, and aiding the community in some type of way. Being a doctor, you know what I'm saying? Like being a lawyer, like being somewhere where there aren't a lot of black faces so that you can help your people. Everybody doesn't need to be a fucking musician. Like, I'm sorry I had to say it. Not to say that King doesn't have talent, but there are a lot of their children that already have musical talent. Some of y'all need to do something else. Some of y'all need to go to college. Just saying. Child, I think King is the one that y'all really need to be pushing education with. But, you know, y'all ain't, they ain't my kids. So later on, Tommy apologizes to LaToya for being an asshole. He had a hard week. Okay, and he agrees to go to the therapist on his own, and I'm like, good, because you need to work out your own issues. It ain't just y'all relationship, it's you. So then everybody joins in a kickball game for cancer. I think it was kickball, okay, and it's breast cancer versus prostate cancer. Breast cancer won because Tommy's big head ass can run very fast. That boy head big as hell, boy. He can run. LaToya and him are in a much better place by the time we get to this event this day. And it was fun to watch everybody. It looked fun. Like, I want to do that. Like, I need some friends that we can meet up and play kickball together, okay? Okay, this is something that Antara and Tiny and them need to get together, okay? If they ever watch me, okay? They follow me, but I don't know if they watch me. Those are my homegirls, okay, from down here. LaToya was all turned on by Tommy and shit, you know, jumping on him, kissing him and everything. And I'm guessing this is how she got pregnant. Now it all makes sense. Make up to break up, that's all we do. Yeah, 'cause you love me, then you hate me. It's a game for fools. Love that song. Anyway. So y'all, then we see that Tiny got robbed. Somebody stole all her jewelry, including her wedding ring. I said, y'all gonna learn to stop traveling with all y'all shit, okay? Then Tip interviews Toya Brown, and they talk about how the judge charged her as an adult, and that's because there are terrible, terrible people in the criminal justice system, and some of them are judges. Like, that's terrible. Like, do y'all remember the pictures of Toya Brown sitting there, obviously looking like a child? Like, she had pigtails. okay? And she's 16, not old enough to consent, but somehow she was old enough to be tried as an adult for murdering somebody who was illegally having sex with her. So many things to be mad about. So many things to throw your fist in the air about. But he asked her to do a PSA with him, T.I., and she agrees to do so. So that's great. Okay, we want to bring awareness. We want to make sure that we are being safe and that we are not allowing something like that to just happen, because in other places people allow it to happen. They know shit don't look right and they don't say anything. So y'all, then we got Toya and her mama, Miss Anita. All right, they meet up at a little cafe, y'all. That mama, she makes my nerves bad because she look like her nerves bad, okay? But either way, she and Toya talk about how she acted at the house party and how she was drunk, and she's so sorry. I'm so sorry, Toya. You have a beautiful house and I'm glad you invited me out. I'm sorry I did that, but you know, I was just upset because your daddy was there. That and that and this and that and all this stuff. And Toya says, Mama, I need you to go to therapy. I need for you to get help, because obviously you are still upset about whatever happened between you and Daddy 20 some odd years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, however many years ago it was. And Miss Anita needs to get over it. So she does need to go to therapy, and I'm glad that Toya is telling her that this is something that she needs to do for herself, because black people, especially black people Miss Anita's age, who have been through what she has been through, they don't think they need therapy. They don't feel like that's something that they can do. They don't want to talk to somebody. They don't want to tell somebody their business and everything that they've been through. Sometimes they're ashamed. But at the end of the day, you can go to a doctor for an ailment physically. You need to be able to go to a doctor for an ailment mentally, so that you can get better and be better for yourself and for your grandchildren before you leave this earth. Okay? Because you done spent way too much of your life fucking up. Okay? You need to spend some of your life healing and being at peace. And, you know, just being better for yourself, you know. Obviously, your line is going to do better because Toya has done better for herself and knows better as a woman for herself and her children. Thank God. That's a blessing. Somebody prayed, okay, for Toya. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. Somebody prayed for that girl, for her to get to where she is now, looking at the people who are her parents. And that's no disrespect, but that's just the reality of the situation, okay? So once again, shout out to Toya for, you know, I just love that I see her and I see how hard it must have been for her to break out of all of those mental jails that our parents and ignorant people from New Orleans put us in. And she broke out of that, not only with money, but mentally, physically, and emotionally, doing better for herself as a woman, okay? And on all fronts. So I appreciate that about her, and she tries to extend that to her family, and that is important, because so many people leave their family where they at and get tired of them and don't want to deal with them. So you just leave them to be out here fucked up when you have the tools to help them. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate her, okay? But yeah, y'all, that was T.I. and Tiny Friends and Family Hustle. Yeah, I don't know why when I say it, I gotta say it like that. But anyway, I hope y'all are having a good day. I'm definitely gonna try to do a Bondi Blue show tomorrow on Wednesday, and we'll talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about a lot of things, okay? So do me a favor and put down in the comments some things, or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. I might post on there so y'all can let me know what y'all want me to talk about specifically, because there's been so many things going on, and I do want to talk about you know, current state of affairs and everything. So I might do a video separately with that stuff, and then, you know, some things that can stand alone I might do in a separate video. We'll see. But yeah, y'all, I love y'all. Please stay safe, love on each other. I love on you, love on me. Peace out.